all have pictures, and the one that haunts our dreams. I paint in colors bright. If solitude lies down below, then love is in between. Let me find this space tonight. You can find me walking on this dusty road, this dusty road, this dusty road. Till the dust is just about all I see. Caught in this cloud of night. At this point, there's nothing much for us to do. So do you paint me, and I'll paint you. We all have visions now of who we're supposed to be. I paint in colors bright. Reality, it's a mess, and love lies somewhere in between. Let me find your space tonight. You can find me walking on this dusty road, this dusty road, this dusty road. Till the dust is just about all I see. Caught in this cloud of night. Well, I dance around a fire with my changing point of view. You paint me and I paint you. We all have fantasies of living life in peace. I paint, and we paint in colors bright. Now war will sit at times until we love so loud it screams. Let us find our space tonight. Find us walking on this dusty road, this dusty road, this dusty road. Till the dust is just about all we see. Caught in this cloud tonight. It's shade so bright, our leaders need to change their attitudes. You paint me and I paint you. You paint me and I paint you. Yes, that's right. That's right. It's Bachelor Night here with the Gathering series. I am home on my own with the sleeping 2-year-old. By the way, this is probably the only live stream in rock and roll history that simultaneously has a live stream and a baby monitor going on and the same phone. By the way, you still there? Did I lose you? Okay, so here's the thing. Can you hear, she's asleep, but can you hear like a little hiss in the background? I'm gonna talk for a little bit so you can let me know if there was a little hiss going on in the background. You gotta be able to hear that. You'd be crazy if you couldn't hear it. It's gonna sound like shh. That's the monitor. Let's see. I think you're gonna be able to hear that. Yeah, it froze for a second. I will be right back. Okay? All right. Okay. No hiss, right? I just may periodically need to freeze while I check on the baby monitor. our friends taking pity on our family, mostly Allie, brought over a delicious dinner. For us, we have this amazing community here, and a handful of folks have brought us some meals, knowing that we have a newborn at home. It included a bottle of wine, which Allie does not drink. And for those of you that know me, you know that I can drink whiskey till the cows come home, but I have a couple glasses of wine, and I get pretty shit-faced. So I thought it would be appropriate here on Bachelor Night for me to drink some wine. I'm going to finish this glass, and I'll probably be a little bit tipsy. And then guess what I'm going to do? It's going to be crazy. Yep, you guessed it. I'm going to vacuum the shit out of this house when this gathering series is over. Yep, that's right. It's pretty wild. I bet you all guessed it, right? Yep. I feel like it is an opportunity for this house to be sparkling clean when my wife gets home tomorrow. So we're going to see about that. Willa and I had a good daddy-daughter night. It was pretty awesome. We read books. We ate snacks. Snacks were not healthy tonight. No, sir. No healthy snacks on Bachelor Night, let me tell you. Nope, she got a cookie for her late night snack. And we read books, and we spooned a little bit, and we sang Old MacDonald, 8 million verses of Old MacDonald. Lots of old. I am fully warmed up, is my point, from singing Old MacDonald. Yes, I am drinking red wine, which me and red wine don't do so well together. Or maybe we do great together. It just depends on how you define good and bad, really. And I felt like it was very, very appropriate on Bachelor Night for us to be consuming leftovers, which is what we will continue to do. I have a list here from my friend Robin. And for those of you who do not know to what I refer when I say leftovers, every once in a while we will have request night, and the game at request night is the first I finish a song, I look down at your comments, and the first request I see I have to play. A lot of requests get missed, as you might imagine, and Robin collects as many of those requests as she sees in real time, and she sends me a little list of leftovers. I have said list from last week's request night, and I'm gonna pick out some songs to play for you tonight. That's my plan. How about a challenge? I'm gonna start with a challenge. This is an old school song that I never play anymore, and we'll see if I can remember it, especially while drinking wine. Okay. Sing me a song of glory. I'm sick of your tired stories. It's like a holy weight on my back, So damn introspective. Oh, it's again a new perspective. Where do you collect on that paradigm crap? And you carry the weight of the world on your words, and you're bringing me down. Show me the heart of your cold out now. Na 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 na, na 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 na. You don't have to write it down, no, no. It ain't some mental flaw to wanna build it down. Show me the heart of your conviction. Na, 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 na. You better bring some indecision. So sing it out now. Na, 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 na. Good challenge request. I don't know who requested it, but we haven't played that one on the Gathering series in quite some time, I believe. It's nice to be here with you gatherers. We had a great weekend. On Friday and Sunday, between Friday and Sunday, we did 3 Get Folk House concerts, Scarborough, Maine, and 2 house concerts in Salisbury, Massachusetts. All 3 of them were so much fun, and Karina made a surprise appearance at the Friday house concert. That was super fun. Saturday, I mean, it was stupid routing. It was just dumb. And I did it to myself. I know. But, right, we finished our show in Scarborough, Maine, right? And the next day I had to play down in Montclair, New Jersey, which isn't like super crazy. It's not close, but it's not crazy. Got there for the show, but the problem was that the next day after Montclair, New Jersey, and by the way, the appearance in Montclair, New Jersey was, I was back doing another showcase for the Light of Day Festival. And for those of you who have not been tuning in or following, the Light of Day Festival is an amazing nonprofit festival raising money to fight Parkinson's disease. And it happens down in New Jersey, and it's an amazing thing to be involved in. I played a bunch of shows there 2 weeks ago, and came back a week later, Saturday night, to do one more showcase in Montclair, New Jersey, and that was super fun. But the problem was, that I got out of Montclair at like, I don't know, 11:30, something like that. And sound check in Salisbury, which is in the North Shore of Massachusetts, right, was at 10 a.m. because I had a double header that day, right? So there was not a lot of sleep happening. And there was a bomb through the night to get back to Boston. And of course, right, after I finished my second show on Sunday, I mean, I was only 2.5 hours away from home. And I knew that if I got home, I would be able to drive Willa to school on Monday. And so I definitely wanted to make that happen. But the problem was that it was snowing. It started snowing. It was nasty. I don't know how many inches we got up here in Tennant's Harbor, but it was like, I don't know, it was probably 4 or 5 inches, right? Which is not crazy, but it all fell during the time when my second show finished and I finally got in to Maine. So I was a little ragged by the end of the weekend. I've had a fun handful of days. I guess it's really only been one day. It's been 2 days, I guess. This is the second day home. No, I'm not caught up on sleep yet. But it is nice to be home, and it's nice to be hanging out with y'all on our Tuesday night date night, bachelor night today, drinking red wine, feeling good. Okay, next leftover. I'll shut up and play music, I promise. Okay. What do we got? I like it. This leftover is a request for a song called The Portentous Beginnings of Daniel the Brave. Now, some of you gatherers know this story, but it occurs to me that some of these origin stories I don't tell very often, because I told a lot of stories during the first 500 gatherings. And while I know that some of y'all have been to all the gatherings, a lot of you have not. And so this is a story song, and it's the only song of mine written from a dream, inspired by a dream that I had. I had this dream, and I am one of these people that I don't remember my dreams very often. And I can count on one hand the number of times I've woken up from like a very vivid, intense dream, right? But one of those times inspired a song. In the dream, I was in like this really kind of like podunk airport outside of Las Vegas. Like not the main airport, right? Like a little sleazy airport outside of town somehow. I don't even know if they have one of those in Las Vegas, but that's where I was during the dream, and I was a little bit lost. And I was walking down a corridor, and on my right side, this is in the dream, right? On my right side, there was a kind of a nondescript door, but over it said chapel, right? Like many airports have chapels in them. This airport, apparently, in my dream, was no exception. And I walked into this chapel, and I walked into this like super intense Pentecostal like service that was going on. People speaking in tongues and writhing. And now I've never been to a Pentecostal service, so I don't know where all the vividness came from, right? Because I've got nothing to go on except that in the front on the dais was this woman, and she was preaching. She was leading the ceremony. She was spitting and cursing and, and waving her hands, and people were going crazy during the service. And at some point, she invited a band to come up and play a song, and the band played one of my songs, which I thought was weird. Me in my dream, right, watching this happen. And at the end of the service, I went up to the preacher woman, and I said, hey, my name's Adam, and that song your band sang, that's my song. And she said, oh, well, we recorded it. Would you like a copy? And I said, sure. Yes, I would like a copy. And so we walked outside the back door of the church that led out to this little dusty parking lot where there was a pickup truck waiting. And in the back of the pickup truck, there were reels and reels of tape, like old school, like film tape, right? That apparently the song had been recorded on. And she said, I can convert this back at my Pueblo. And I said, okay. She's like, hop in. And I jumped in the truck and we drove off into the desert. And as we're driving off into the desert, I woke up. Cold sweat, right? Like, I mean, it doesn't seem particularly intense when I tell the story to you, but in my dream, this was very, very vivid and very intensely happening. So I woke up and I realized in my dream, right, that I somehow had been falling in love with this preacher woman. I also realized that as we were driving off into the desert, there was music playing in the dream, right? There was like a score. There was like sound happening. There was a song playing in the dream during the last scene of the dream as we're driving off into the desert. And I was staying at a friend's house somewhere. I was sleeping on his couch, kind of spooning up against my guitar somehow, and which was convenient because I just opened my eyes and I grabbed the guitar and I started playing the music of this song. And when I figured out the music, when I kind of reconstructed what I was listening to in my dream, then I decided, okay, well, this song has to be the next chapter. What happens next after I woke up from the dream, right? So right, beginning scene, lights go up, and I'm driving out into the desert with the Pentecostal preacher. Okay. The portentous beginnings of Daniel the Brave. I was wandering in a desert town, waiting on a wire. I met a brown-haired girl preaching brimstone and fire. She drove an old pickup, she had dust on her shoes. She said, let's make for the sunrise, he's called us to move. Well, I jumped up his shotgun, thinking what could I lose? She drove fast like a rocket, straight like a train. 120 miles out, she asked me my name. Hit a little truck stop, she told them all to reach for the sky. She held up a pistol, there was a grin in her eye. She threw me a Bible, she said to read them a line. Well, I sang like a preacher, she took every dime. I woke one morning to a rope and some words on a sheet. She was hanging and the note read, baby, I'm just counting sheep. When I get to 100, in heaven we'll meet. And I think love is the strangest creation I could dream to know. Now me and Daniel, we travel with the wind at our backs. Sleeping out on freight beds, sharing bread from my pack. Well, I don't know about religion, but I've liked to believe that if there's a heaven, she's there waiting for me, where the trucks all drive fast and the mileage is free. And I think love is the strangest creation I could dream to know. I think love is the strangest creation I could dream to know. I think love is the strangest creation I could dream to know. It's a sad song. It's a sad, sad song. What you probably seriously don't know is that I started, right, Daniel, the portentous beginnings of Daniel the Brave. Maybe I've talked about this before. I don't know. I don't remember the things that I've talked about, but it's really the first song in like a folk opera that I started writing. I am probably like, I don't know, 3 or 4 songs in, ish. I have the story kind of pieced out. At one point, I like literally wrote out Act 1. I don't know, maybe someday, right? Maybe someday I'll dig back around to it. But we recorded that song. I remember the day we recorded that song. It got to be like a super emotional day. I mean, you know, it was back in the day, right? Turtle was playing with me, cousin Josh on the keyboards. We were in the studio, we were working, and I don't know, man, we just all, like, we got caught up in the story, and exactly, Lillian, where is Daniel now? I can't tell you because it would ruin the surprise of the folk opera. But I'm excited to unfold it someday. I really am. But I remember singing this, and like I remember Josh's wife, Sarah, was there in the control room a bunch, and I was doing passes, and I just like, man, like, I got overwhelmed. A bunch of us did. We got overwhelmed by the story, right? And I was like singing. Anyways, the recording, right? If you go back to the album Daniel the Brave, and you go to the track, The Portentous Beginnings of Daniel the Brave, right? If you listen to the vocal takes, there are points, and y'all probably can recognize it at this point because I've had to, right, fight back emotion many times during these gatherings, right? I've had to like fight back the urge to cry, right? Well, that's what was happening when I was singing those takes for some reason, you know, and I walk into and I thought it was just maybe me, but then like I walked into the control room and like Josh and Sarah are like, you know, tears are coming down, and it was like, it was for that reason alone, right? It's always will be a special, it will be a special memory for me recording that song, and it'll be a special recording for me because there's something intangible in that track. All of us being caught up in the emotion of the story we were telling. Pretty cool, I think. We also did something that day, and I was thinking about it I was thinking about it in the car. Like 2 days ago or 3 days ago. God, I wonder if I remember it. God, that would be fun. All right, we're going to try something. So at the time, Emeril Lagasse, the chef, was coming out with a TV show. And the producer of the TV show, I don't know, somebody knew somebody who knew me and asked me to submit a song to the producer of the TV show for the theme song of the show. And I was really... So we did like, I wrote a piece of a song, and man, I'd like to play you all the piece of the song. Like, I'd like to play you the recording because it was really kind of rocking. But I wonder if I could even remember to play it. Anyways, it was not chosen for the show, and it is not a leftover, but I'm drinking wine and it's bachelor night, so fuck it. And it had a harmonica too. I'm gonna get a harmonica. Okay, look, I know this is a little rambling, but I want to play this for you at this point. Let's see. Okay, I think I have it here. Okay, and this is also, the screen is going to freeze for a second because I'm going to check the baby monitor. I'm back. Willa is such a good sleeper. She never wakes up. But I still got to check every once in a while. All right. Yeah. I don't know if I can play this. I don't know if I'm going to remember this. I certainly am not sure whether or not I can remember what I did on the harmonica, but let's just see. Hell, I may have played it at a gathering. I don't know. This is called Take a Ride. And it's just a piece of a song. And the reason why it's fresh in my head, actually, is because I was in the car the other day and it popped in my head. And I went back and I listened to the recording and I was like, oh, I dig that song. We should write that song. Like, I should finish it and we should play it. So, anyways. Gonna taste it all tonight. Take a ride with me. Gonna tackle the sunset. Set the stars all free. We're gonna howl at the moon till I'm mad like a hatter. Gonna fill up a room That's all I wrote. But that was a really fun, like, minute song to record. It was a bummer that it did not get chosen for the show, because I would have liked to, like, flesh that out for Emerald. But, yeah, I'm psyched to finish that one. I'm suddenly psyched to finish that one. And now I'm, like, doubly psyched. So now, right, because we all do this. I feel like we all do this. We all are in the car driving at some point, or we're lying in bed and we have ideas, right? We have more ideas of, like, things we should do than things we follow through with, right? I have lots of those. I have many, many ideas of things that I want to do or I should do. And it's yet another reason why the Gathering series is such a great outlet for me, because right, like, in real time I can share these ideas with you all, and then I have a bunch of witnesses that have witnessed my idea, right, and can help encourage me to follow through on those ideas. So anyways, fuck you, Emerald, for not liking my song, but I'm gonna finish it anyways. So there. Emerald, pretty amazing guy. These same people that knew Emerald took me down to New Orleans once to an amazing fundraiser, like Emerald's Ramble, essentially. He had this huge, like, amazing dinner, obviously, and it was like, and people, like, these friends of mine flew Allie and I down and, bought us an absurdly expensive plate, like a table, right, with them. And then it was the most surreal thing I've ever seen. It was like, there was like this auction happening during the meal. And during the auction, right, like, the items were like, Emerald will come to your house and, like, cook you breakfast, right? Like, Emerald will show up at your party and make snacks for everyone. And these were the items that were getting, like, auctioned off in real time at this, like, super fancy, like, gala. And I mean, that dude, I can't remember what the cause was, what the charity was. I think it had something to do with children, and locally down in New Orleans area. But man, that guy raised, like, I don't know, he raised so much money that night. It was crazy, and it was inspiring to watch him work. So, but still, fuck you, Emerald, for not liking my song. Okay, that's it. Let's go back to your leftovers, shall we? Okay. You probably deserve a couple leftovers nights, because, right, I'm 3 songs in and it's 8:45 already. It's a lot of talking, Adam. I'm gonna play Desiree. I'm gonna play this song, Desiree. I wrote this song with an amazing songwriter named Antje Duvakat. She has been a Ramble artist. She's an amazing songwriter, brilliant songwriter, incredible, like soul-crushing, in a good way, singer. Like, one of those voices that just, like, gets you. I hung out with Antje one day and we wrote this song called Desiree. Speaking of which, this weekend we are playing with some amazing artists that I want to tell you about. We are on Friday going up to Barrie, Vermont, and playing at the Barrie Opera House. And our friend Chad Hollister is going to show up as our special guest to open up the night. He's also gonna sit in with the band and hang and sing with the band. For those of you that know who were at Ramble, this last Ramble, Chad tore it up, and we love him. Not his first Ramble, and he's headlined the Barrie Opera House before, because he's a Vermont guy, and he decided, you know what, I still want to come and open up tonight with y'all. So kudos to him. On Saturday, we are in Old Saybrook, Connecticut, at the Katharine Hepburn Cultural Arts Center, aka the Kate, which has been sold out for a handful of days, which is really exciting for us. But we have a new artist that we have discovered and fallen in love with. Another singer who is like soul crushing, amazing songwriter. She's a super young gal. I mean, she's like 12 years old. She's like, I don't know, 22 years old. I don't know, but it's young compared to this old guy, right? But her name is Haley Reardon. And for those of you who are there that night, and maybe we will gather that night, and maybe if we do live stream that night, I will make sure to live stream the opening set, because she will knock your socks off. She opened up for us at the Waldo in Waldoboro, Maine, and she just blew the doors off the theater. It was awesome. So I can't wait for her to open for us again. So that's Saturday. That's Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday I've got a house concert, I believe, in like Dedham, Massachusetts, and I don't know if that is sold out yet, but it's going to be pretty hot and heavy house concerts for the rest of the month after this. So you all should stay tuned, and if you've never experienced a house concert before, you should give it a shot. They're weird and amazing, and one of my favorite ways to share music. So there you go. I don't need to be reminded that 22 years old is less than half my age. Thank you, Supergirl. I appreciate that. Friends like these. Friends like these people. You know what I'm saying? For those of you who just tuned in, it's Bachelor Night here in Maine, and I'm talking a lot because I started drinking wine. Sorry. I don't think whiskey has that effect on me. Well, maybe I just talk a lot all the time. I don't know. She don't see the skylight is fading. Desiree's at it again, eager to fill in the spaces, unlining the tangles with the scratch of her pen. I remember her walking in circles, holding her head in her hand. Thought I failed the audition, then her dizzy decision, come play in my rock and roll band. Yeah, Desiree, it's a fine mess you got yourself in. Tangled in tragic and walking away, and they're calling your name out again. Yeah, look at you, tied up and torn, you sure put on a show. They'll never get close to you, and they'll never know why. Desiree's up on the ledge again, but her heart, it still lives on the ground, where it's building a home made of ribbons and bows, and the warmth and the cradle of sound. Yeah, Desiree, it's a fine mess you got yourself in. Tangled in tragic and walking away, and they're calling your name out again. Look at you, tied up and torn. You sure put on a show. Never get close to you, and they'll never know why. She's back in the green room and screaming. She says, I hate every word that I sing. This curtain call's killing me. What do they want from me? We're dancing like dolls on a string. I said the car's packed, let's drive to the mountain. Let this bumper car tragedy end. She looks up in surprise, mascara stained eyes, says then we wouldn't get to do it again. Desert, it's a fine mess you got yourself in. Tangled in tragic and walking away, and the calling your name out again. Look at you, tied up and torn. You sure put on a show. They'll never get close to you, they'll never know. Raise up your glass. Let us drink to the wind at our eyes. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain. Yeah. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the science of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us, know that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to this time that we have. For these moments that pass lightly and won't come again. May our lives all burn brightly right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the work and the working is through. Let us drink one to me. Let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who aren't with us. Here is to us and all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around in good company. Here's to the future. Here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow. Let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one this night is unless here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. To Bachelor Night. That's right. Wish me luck on my vacuuming endeavors. It's going to be pretty wild over here. Thank you all for joining me. It was a fun Tuesday. It was a fun Tuesday date night. And I want to give an extra special thanks this week to those of you who are member supporters out there that keep this series alive and going. Your support really just means so much. I am excited to see many of you out on a road. I'm excited to play with my bandies for one of the few concerts we get to play together in February this weekend. And man, these next 4 or so weeks are going to be filled up with living rooms and house concerts and crazy adventures. And I'm excited to take you all along with me for as many as we can do together. Please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another. And I'll see you soon.